You can access the Achievement Status and Growth Report on the MAP NWEA website from your web desk. This report compares student growth on MAP to projected or typical growth. While it is important for all students to achieve projected growth, students who are performing below grade level must achieve more than projected growth to catch up to grade level peers and have a higher likelihood of success. Analysis of this growth report allows campuses to identify students who are on track to meeting or exceeding projected growth by the end of the year. This gives teachers valuable feedback about what is working for students. Analysis of this report also allows campuses to identify students who are not on track to meeting projected growth, while there is still time to adjust instruction and strategies for the students to make a difference. To access the Achievement Status and Growth Report, from your web desk, click on PISD MAP Teachers. This should log you in automatically to the MAP website. To access the report, on the left, click on View Reports and click on MAP Growth Reports. The Achievement Status and Growth Report is about halfway down the page. It is this one that says Achievement Status and Growth, Projection or Summary. Take note that it is not the quadrant report that we are looking at. It is the one underneath that. The term rostered and the term tested will default to the current term. Most of the time you do not need to change these defaults. From here you will select your campus, and you'll select your teacher name. You'll select your class. You will consider what testing seasons you want to compare growth from: fall to winter, winter to spring, or fall to spring. At the bottom of the page, you can create a spreadsheet if you'd like to see this in an Excel version, or you can click Create PDF Report. Depending on how large the report is, it might take a few moments for this report to display. You might need to come back later to the reports queue on the left to be able to download this report. This report shows the growth a student has demonstrated from one MAP test to the next, compared to growth that is projected or average growth. The achievement status columns show the previous MAP scores for each student from the season that you selected and from the current season. The MAP score in the middle in bold is the student's actual test score. There is a 3-point range on either side. Next to that, you'll see the student's percentile rank for that particular MAP score. Under growth, there are several sections: the student section and the comparative section. Under student growth, you'll see first the projected RIT. This is the projected score for the seasons that you selected. In this case, we're looking at fall to winter. So this is the MAP score we would expect a student to have in winter if they started the year at a 217. The projected growth is how many points of growth that would be from fall until the next season. The observed growth is how much growth the student actually received between the two seasons. Observed growth SE is the amount of measurement error associated with the observed growth in this particular period. The growth index is the difference between the growth we saw and the growth we expected, the difference between observed and projected. For most students, 0 is the goal. A 0 indicates that there's no difference between the growth we observed and the growth we expected. However, for students who are performing below grade level, we need their growth index to be higher than 0. The met growth projection is an indication if the student has met projected growth. Yes is for a 0 or higher. No is for any number lower than 0. The double plus indicator next to the yeses and the nos tells you that that growth index is within a 3-point standard of error. The last two columns are comparative. The Conditional Growth Index allows for comparisons between students. This index considers a student's starting RIT score, as well as the number of instructional weeks before testing. The Conditional Growth Index ranks each student's growth among matching peers or like peers within the NWEA norm study. This is reported in terms of standard deviations. Again, a 0 indicates the student has made the average amount of growth compared to students just like them in the national pool. Conditional growth percentile translates the index into a national percentile rank for growth. Here, the 50th percentile rank is considered to be average. However, for students who are performing below grade level, we need to see their conditional growth percentile closer to the 60th percentile rank. In the summary table at the bottom, we focus on the second line, the percent of projected growth met. This is the total student growth for this population divided by the total projected growth, expressed as a percentage. Performance at 100% is considered average, meaning the overall group of students got the amount of RIT score points they were projected to get. If the percent is less than 100%, that means as a group, this group of students did not grow as much as expected compared to national norms.